The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
We are off and running on a Tuesday, boys and girls. How are you? Welcome into the Tuesday episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. He is Dave Sherapan. I'm Matt Perrault. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. Same on Twitter, X, and replayed on Sports Grid TV and Sirius XM channel 159. You're on the replay crew. Thank you for being here. I know it's sort of a weird start to the 2025 year. Got to get back into the swing of things, into the routine of it all. Got a lot of things to get to, Dave. How are you on this Tuesday? We'll bounce around a little basketball. No football today. I thought might be a day to take a pause on football, and then we'll get to the playoffs later. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But I think we got something on Thursday, don't we? We got something going on?
Yeah, a little busy. Yeah. I mean, we can finally say it. And we did it on the socials. We're going to do it right here. The only thing today is it's really windy. Have you been outside yet? Like
I have not. I can hear it though outside the house.
I can't begin to tell you. There might be a hurricane coming. I'm not sure.
Really?
But there are some like winds where you're driving and the car gives you that little jerk.
Yeah.
It's out there right now.
Yep.
And I mean, I got a car that's low. Like I didn't even drive the sheriff van yet today.
Oh,
but it's windy. And boys, if you're back east, we love you. If you're in the Midwest, we love you. Out west, same. Southwest, south, it don't matter where. But
what's a BvB stinger, Sonic? What's that? What's a BvB stinger? Like a weather stinger? Like what's a BvB stinger, Sonic?
Well, wait, you know what a stinger is. Like
I know what a stinger is.
Well, yeah, give them an example of a stinger. Like perfect way to lead into this announcement.
Just
right
woke
there.
up everybody on their everybody who was on their lazy boy chairs at 2:00 in the morning around the country just got thrown awake.
Wake up!
What just happened? Hi guys. Good evening.
Yeah.
Was that a stinger? Yes, that was a stinger.
That was a stinger.
Well, there's a I know in Los Angeles currently I think there is like a severe wind warning up to like 75 mile per hour wind gusts in certain parts of LA County.
Yeah, it's here.
So it's here. I don't know if we're getting that type of level of, I know we're having a wind issue, but it's not like, I guess it's like dangerous in the mountains around LA. So a little bit of a different world for them over there, but yeah, windy 10 degrees and the snow is all gone from the roof with football guy. So, because I mean, in the Midwest, they got buried. They got crushed. They had I flew over the top of it. So I just, when I flew back, they were dealing with all this nastiness in the Midwest and we just went Boston to Vegas and just flew over the top of it. So no worries when it came to that. So,
I mean, the problem out west is like stuff catches on fire. I see E in the chat.
Yeah.
Talking about West Hollywood currently on fire, some brush fires. Stuff is happening.
Wind.
It's crazy. And the wind, and I guess, we'll do roll call Wednesday.
We will
tomorrow. Yeah. I think we should because we're gonna be a little bit busy. Like
just a little bit.
You got to tell the people what we're going to be doing.
Just a little bit. So we are live, guys, back at Redtail. We've been here before, and you guys came out last time before. So this is a double day. We are back-to-back Thursday and Friday of this week.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday, live from Redtail. 3:00 start. We'll take you up to kickoff of both games, both Notre Dame and Penn State on Thursday and Texas, Ohio State on Friday. And then we're going to hang out with you guys and we will watch the games at Resorts World at Redtail with you. Now, if you want to be a part of this and you want to come to the event and you want to stay, you're going to email us, okay? askthebvb@gmail.com. put Resorts World in the title. I will send you a code that will take 20% off the room rate to come in.
How about that?
Okay. So we have a 20% off offer if you want to drive in, fly in. I know it's last minute. I know it's really quick and difficult, but if you want to come in for Wednesday night, fine. Thursday night, fine. Friday night, fine. The code will work. Knock off 20%, depending on which tower you want to stay in, because I got 3 of them at Resorts World. But we got that available. So ask the BvB at gmail.com. Send that email over to us, Resorts World in the title, and I will send you back a link that you can knock off 20% if you want to come in for Thursday.
Can't wait. We start the show at 3. The doors open at 4. There's no cover. There's a wall of screens. There's big tables and chairs and cushy. The Juice loves that bar at Resorts World. Well, so do we.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll be. If you need a place to watch the game, it's no smoking. It's not in a book, but there will be a kiosk available to fire. You can set up the app in the book so you can do it right on your phone if you'd like. But we'll be there watching it. Hopefully Thursday goes well. I haven't decided yet exactly how much Penn State stuff I'm wearing on Thursday, but 100% I'm wearing Penn State stuff on Thursday. I'm fired up for the game. Going to hang out. If you've never watched the game with P-Roll, it's a lot of fun. As he gets up, down, yelling, this, that. I'm going to be probably a little bit animated myself. And then Friday is the same thing. Friday,
Butchie,
Ohio State, Texas.
I'm going to guarantee you this, that we start at 3 o'clock.
That's a lock.
I'm going to guarantee it. Because we have to get the show in before kickoff.
Correct.
So the show kickoff's about like 4:45.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
Right.
So we have an hour and 40 minutes to get in for our friends at Sports Grid.
Yeah.
So we will be starting at 3 o'clock. Don't you worry. Okay. One of the few times
we got a walk through
tomorrow,
scheduled and tested the line. We got a producer in LA. You guys know him. Newbie's going to help us make sure everything's coordinated. Everything will be tested. We will 100% start, Butchie, on
This
time.
is a possibility, Chicago Kristen. This is a possibility. We could be back for the national championship game. We also might be there for the Super Bowl. We also might be there for March Madness. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff cooking with our friends at Resorts World and Red Tail. Okay. So we're going to be there a ton. Okay. An absolute ton. Just get a coffee in me first. You don't want to get a coffee in me. It's dangerous. It's just the pacing gets rather loud and exaggerated, and I start getting very upset about different things. But it's Dave's team. So it's different. Like when we were at the Pirate game, I was just needling Dave like crazy because because Skeens had a no-hitter going, and I didn't.
Yeah, you were trying to jinx it.
I was just saying left and right, no hitter.
This is Dave's. Stop saying.
This is Dave's football team, so it's a little bit different because I've already bet against Dave's football team, so I'm already on Notre Dame -1.5. So this is a little bit different because I can understand the level of anxiety will be worse with Dave than me. He'll be worse than me.
3. I think we can get 3.
3 what?
3 points. I haven't done anything with the game yet. I think Penn State getting 3.
Penn State might get 3?
Maybe.
That number's going to climb? Okay. Well, I'm glad I got 1.5. I bet that when the number first came out, I bet 1.5.
Yeah.
So I'm already on that. I'm already on the Irish. I'm on +110 with Ohio State. I think it's Notre Dame against Ohio State, and Ohio State wins the whole thing. So I think that's how this thing's going to play out. It's been very chalky. It's been very predictable. We could be in for Texas, Penn State. What would the ratings be for Texas Penn State? Think people want that game, want that matchup?
I don't know. I got into this discussion yesterday with someone. They said nobody wants to see Ohio State, Penn State again.
Oh, that I agree with. I would agree because Ohio State will kill you, and I don't think that it's just that they'll house you guys.
But don't you think that would be the bigger rating?
No. Notre Dame has the biggest alumni base in the country.
So Notre Dame, Ohio State is the
monster.
Is the best one.
That's for ratings. If you want the biggest numbers, yes, that's Ohio State versus Penn State. Sorry, versus Notre Dame. Texas, Penn State.
Texas is such a brand, though. Like
it is, but they've stunk for so long that people tend to hate Texas more than liking Texas. Penn State everybody will be on Penn State and cheering for Penn State if they take on Texas. You'll be the popular pick. Everyone's hated Texas just forever. I mean, we go back. I mean, Vince Young was the last time Texas was in that spot, right, to win the national championship. It's been
I went to that game.
They
played Texas. Wasn't Vince Young, but it was Penn State played Texas in the Fiesta Bowl. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
Texas fans were fun, but Penn State won. It was great.
So that will be, yes, I think the great nation of Texas will come out. Sure, I think people who are Texas fans would be there. And you're right, Texas and Notre Dame are both hated punch drunk. That is true.
Yeah.
A lot of Irish people. I mean, look, Penn State and Notre Dame have I'll say it's well known, but it's a very colloquial, regional type of hatred. Like Penn State and the Irish. That's why I've always said that, Penn State and Pittsburgh are Midwestern cities and areas, because Notre Dame's in Indiana. It's in the Midwest. That's a Midwest rivalry. I mean,
geography portion of the show.
That's a big one. I think most people who are on, in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia people don't give a crap about Penn State versus Notre Dame, but in Pittsburgh, they care about it a lot. If you went to Penn State, you care about it a lot. It's a big rivalry.
That went to Penn State in Philadelphia. It's a huge Penn State area.
I know, but it's not the same. Like
they hate Notre Dame there, and they're meaner. Philadelphia people are meaner.
Oh, they are meaner. That is true. Yes.
Yeah.
So Notre Dame, Texas would be close. Yes, I think that would probably be the closer game. I just don't think Ohio State, if they play their best, I don't think there's anybody left of the four that can beat Ohio State if they play their best. Now, they can, look, you got to get up and play your best. You could screw up. Will Howard could throw 3 picks. I mean, could fumble 2 snaps. So who knows what can end up happening in the game. But I think right now, from a viewership standpoint, I think the networks are cheering for a Notre Dame versus Ohio State final. But that game might be a rout too. I mean, that game could be double digits equally. So
I think these 2 games, Thursday and Friday, will dictate the momentum for whatever the final ends up being. If it's Ohio State, Notre Dame, if it's Ohio State, Penn State, if it's somehow Texas in either one of them, I think that would be the lesser of the 2 combos. But if they're both good games, there's only 11 days between the games in the final, which is ridiculous. But it's football, and there has to be time and hype and everything else.
Travel too.
Yeah, that's fine.
And this is a good point that D Stout's making, because I think a lot of people who are Texas fans have made the same point about Quinn Ewers. And the fact that the offense for Texas has regressed over the last month. And that's the one big fear, because Ohio State has given up the fewest number of touchdowns of anybody in the playoffs. They have the best defense on paper of anybody in the playoffs. And you look at the teams, in terms of where we are ranking them defensively, Ohio State and Penn State both have really good defenses. Notre Dame has a really good defense. But Ohio State might just completely suffocate Texas, because Texas has a really good defense. So we could see 2 under games being played here in both semifinals.
Yep.
And the quarterback play, let's be honest, we'll see what Drew Aller does. This is the biggest game of his life. I don't trust Quinn Ewers. They're not going to go to Manning. They've already been pretty clear with that no matter what Quinn Ewers does, they're not going to go and put Manning on the field. And that drives everybody crazy in Texas, because they're like, why not play the kid? They won't. So it's Quinn Ewers' show.
Flathouse just came in the chat, said play Arch, throw Ohio State for a loop.
I would play Arch Manning. If I was Texas, I would have multiple packages. I wouldn't just bring him in, because when he comes in, he's running the ball. Like, they don't let him pass. It's a running play when Arch Manning comes in. So I think personally, defenses are going to rule the day, but Ohio State's offense is so damn good. And that's the problem. Chip Kelly finally figured out that he's got 2 first-round picks for wide receivers. Like, get the ball out to your playmakers. Stop trying to run the ball. Throw the damn football. And trust Will Howard to make the right reads. And so far, in the playoffs at least, he has through 2 games. So we're going to watch these games with you guys.
Your matchup in the chat. What matchup do you guys want to see? Type it in the chat. I'm just curious. Like, just best as a college football fan, whether you have a bet or not, all that you can take that into consideration. But after Thursday and after Friday, when we leave Friday night, we'll know the matchup, and we'll be at Red Tail. Like we said, you guys, are more than welcome to come. There's no cover. Just show up, hang out, watch games, bring your hats, bring your colors, whatever you want. It's going to be a lot of fun. who do you want to see and us to talk about for a week in 4 days, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then following Monday? It's a Monday night, the 20th.
I love it.
ODU versus Syracuse. Nobody wants to see that, CBW, except you and Mikey.
Penn State versus
Butchie, Penn State versus the Celtics. Celtics minus 800. They're minus
That's
what
good.
in that
That's
situation.
good.
Yeah.
I don't think people. I don't mind Penn State, Ohio State. Why is it STE? Did you do that on purpose?
Tyrone is excited. He just put an E on the end of the
Of
STs.
both, but of both.
That's fine.
One's a
At least he didn't
typo.
put
Two is intentional.
I'm excited he didn't put the. It'll be a different game on the turf in Atlanta. It'll be Penn State, Ohio State will be a vastly different game than the game we saw in Happy Valley if they play again.
I wonder about that. It's a really good point because the running game for Penn State should look a lot quicker.
Yeah,
on the turf.
Let's hope it looked like it did at the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, Allen and Singleton.
Boise State.
I know, but
Boise
they
State
would look fast.
Boise State. I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about guys who are trying to hope
Texas, Penn State.
Boise State's defense is hoping to get an invite to the USFL. Like Ohio State's defense is getting picked in the first or second round. It's a much different caliber of player that we're talking about between those two defenses and the speed of it as well. Much more difficult to move the ball on Ohio State. Ohio State's secondary has been tremendous, but I mean, the wide receivers for Ohio State, I think, could wind up being the difference. And then it's Chip Kelly, and Chip Kelly gets a huge thumbs up from Ryan Day and a huge thumbs up from Buckeye fans. And you wonder, does he stay or go back to becoming a head coach somewhere?
I can't imagine being the Texas D coordinators and trying to figure out what the hell Ohio State's going to do after what they saw in the Rose Bowl. Going, Chip did this. Whoa, wait, they can do that too. Oh boy. Like, I think they just opened up a whole world of, thoughts and preparation and stuff. Jade Albett said he wants to see Notre Dame and Ohio State for my wallet and viewing pleasure. It's fine, Jade Dow. I mean, listen, I've accepted the fact that the Steelers season is going to end Saturday to your Ravens. Give me something. I mean, you could have put Penn State just for the purposes of the show, Jade Dow. I mean, Chicago Kristen, thank you. I heart you. I see you. Penn State and Texas, as long as Ohio State loses. I don't think Ohio State's going to lose, Kristen. I don't.
But he wants you to check your phone because he thinks that that's the only thing that's going on right now is to answer his text messages.
Oh, my God.
Goodness gracious, my friend.
He's fired up. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's got to go home. Butchie's going home, checking on his dad. No, bad news.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Butchie. Love you, bro. I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.
We wish your dad well.
Absolutely.
In that regard. Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of things happening in 2025. Trying to stay positive.
Yeah. So there was no Monday Night Football last night for the first time in forever. So normally on Tuesday, we're recapping the game that happened. There'll be a game next Monday night, but not a game last Monday night. Last night, there was nothing. So a chance, I thought, to look at the NBA because we haven't really done.
In all fairness, though, I forgot about it too. There was a Monday Night Football game, that FCS final. Did you watch any of that?
Didn't watch a second of it because it was the FCS. Congratulations,
I know, but
North Dakota State. Congratulations every year. Just a dynasty. I mean, first year head coach.
Books make them dogs They were dogs again yesterday.
Was it neutral? Right? They play that on. Yes, it's still
it was in Frisco, Texas.
The last time I cared about the FCS championship was in 1998 when UMass won in Chattanooga, Tennessee. 1998, UMass won the FCS national championship. Marcel Shipp was the running back. A boy from Pittsburgh was the head coach.
Really?
Yep. That was the last time I cared in 1998. It was the last time I cared. And ever since then, it's been, Mark Whipple was an offensive coordinator in the NFL for a while, was a head coach in a couple different places.
Yeah.
In the college ranked, he was UMass's head coach. Mark Whipple won the national championship in 1998 with UMass from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And that was the last time I cared about FCS football. Yes, Marcel Shipp went to the Cardinals. Yes, Marcel Shipp did. He was
that guy played for UMass?
Yeah, Cardinals. Yeah, Marcel Shipp played for UMass.
Wow.
That's how he won the FCS. Won it all because he had the best running back in the country. And so he just went ahead and just ran. And I called the semifinal game. And then I was the sports director, and I sent a team instead of me because I wanted to do the UMass men's basketball game because UMass men's basketball was playing.
You sent them to the football?
I sent them to the football because I wanted to call basketball. So I was like, I think it was a top 10 matchup between UMass and I forget who they were playing, but I was like, I'm calling the basketball game. You guys can call the national championship game. They're like, wait, what? I was like, go ahead, go to Chattanooga. I'd rather call the basketball game. It's a bigger game. To tell you how we care. When they came back, Dave, when UMass came back from winning the national championship, there were 8 kids waiting for the team. They counted them. 8.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, UMass is not a football school. Never was. But
went to the Final Four and we rioted. The state police had to come out with helicopters and cops on horses to get everybody taken down when we lost the Final Four. We didn't win the Final Four. We lost the Final Four, to give you an idea of where UMass, being a basketball school versus a football school, nobody cared. And no one believed it on top of that because Mark Whipple was like a second-year head coach. So it wasn't like they had some like long dynasty of winning football games. It was like, wait, we're good. How are we good? How are we won the national championship? Oh, okay. We play that. Like nobody. And UMass's football stadium got voted the worst football stadium in the country this past season.
And that was the same place the team played in
the same place, McGurk Stadium, the same place where they played in 1998.
That's a hell of a accolade right there.
Oh,
Speaking of not believing it, I see Otto in the chat. He said no Monday Night Football, and he bowled an 800 series. How do you bowl an 800 series?
Wait, so that means he bowled 300.
A combination of the 3 games was over 800.
So he bowled how many 300s?
250, and 280. So
okay.
Yeah, like just show up and
it's pretty good.
Yeah. You didn't throw it. Did you throw it 300?
Right.
If you bowled 800, you didn't throw it 300. Wow. This guy wants to have a bowling outing.
Oh,
a BvB bowling.
Don't think it's a bad idea. Let's go to Brooklyn Bowl. Go have some fried chicken. Go some Blue Ribbon fried chicken. And
might have to. If we do the show in Pittsburgh, we might have to have him organize the bowling excursion.
Let's do
Pittsburgh. Wow.
Why not? Let's do it. Okay. So, a chance to look at the NBA. We've not done this yet. The Celtics and the Thunder are well ahead of the pack here to win the NBA championship.
You know, the Celtics lost to the Thunder just a couple
They
days
did
ago.
badly. And the Thunder SGA called them out, said, we want the Celtics, and then they went and beat them.
Yeah,
Boston scored like 2 points in the fourth quarter. They got killed.
Yes.
Boston's 2-1. 2 plus 280 for the Thunder, then 10-1, 12-1, 17-1, and 18-1.
Yep.
Are we disrespecting the Cavaliers here with this at 10-1? Or are we just completely
trying to get money on them? Nobody's believing it. Nobody's betting them. Nobody's even talking about them. It's the best story in the NBA.
They're 31-4.
It's the best story in the NBA. They're a fun team to watch. They score a lot of points. It's not just Donovan Mitchell. When you watch them play, it's like, I don't know, it's like getting that feeling of one of those teams, like where you see them on the come up and you're like, you know what? I like watching this. I like watching the way this team plays basketball. Wow. The juice says the Cavs are paper tigers like the Vikes. I mean, aren't they going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
You would think at 31-4, you would think. I mean, they have a
play 500 the rest of the way.
They have a 7-game lead on the Celtics.
Yeah.
Boston's 26-10. They have a 7-game lead for the 1 seed.
Yeah, but you've said it repeatedly here, and other people have said it on other shows. Boston Celtics don't care.
They don't.
They don't care where they get in. They know it doesn't. I mean, I guess they're good playing from the 3 seed.
I don't think they care where they are, but I am a little bit on the worry side that defensively they're not nearly as good as they were last year. So does that change? The Cavs are the real deal. Unfortunately, the Steelers are cooked from T. Sizzle.
Thanks, T. Sizzle. My man. I mean, that's true.
I don't know if the Cavs are the real deal, but I know that
31-4 is real.
We're not talking.
No debating.
Yeah, because last year Boston had this. The Celtics had this run, and people were like, yeah, but the playoffs are not going to be able to do it. And now they're saying the same thing about the Cavaliers. And I'm like, well, didn't we learn our lesson with this? Oh, is that true? Antonio Pierce got fired? Breaking news. Raiders fired.
Caramello, associate producer of the show, Nikki Caramello. Good to see
Just
you.
go
there,
ahead
sir.
next time when you do that, Nikki. Just say who's reporting that, just so I can so we
can
know
attribute it to somebody. Yeah,
as to what's going on with that. So we'll
Wow.
get the Raiders. So the Raiders need a head coach. Tom Brady, step up. Here you go. It's not going to be Belichick.
not coaching the team.
No, he's going to be heavily involved in hiring the guy. Tom Brady's going to have a major say in everything happening football-wise for the Raiders from here on out.
Ian Rappaport.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki.
Rappers reporting.
Right.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Brady and that, because they got a
You know,
top
Belichick's
pick.
got a job already.
Correct.
He's out
So
taking
it's
pictures
not going to
with
be
kids.
Belichick. It's not going to be, but who's it going to be? Brady's going to have a big say in who the coach is. No, you can't bring back Chucky. You can't bring back Gordon. You can't.
Vic Ferrari, come on.
You can't do it.
No.
You can't do it.
He looks like he's having too much fun with Barstool anyway.
Well, I think the theory was he went to Barstool to get his name back out there, to kind of build back the image, to get a head coaching job at some point, but not right now.
Scorched earth here, no? He can't come back here. He
Well, it's not his fault.
Coaching.
I mean, the emails.
Well, I know, but
were
like
bad, but like they shouldn't have leaked out. And there's a whole bunch of, I mean, according to him, there's a lot of, nasty stuff that happened that wasn't appropriate for him. So I don't know. I can't wait to see who they hire, because they've got they have a fan base here that is sort of on the brink of falling asleep and not paying attention to this team ever again. This market is teetering.
This out. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-time Super Bowl champs and lead and win the division. The Chargers went and hired a coach and fixed whatever this thing that they couldn't get over the hump, and have a quarterback who ain't going nowhere. And then the Denver Broncos, oh, by the way, went and got a coach, drafted a rookie quarterback who's a little bit older than regular rookies, and, oh, by the way, made the playoffs. This has the makings of
Bad.
This ship needs righted soon, or a lot of empty seats and a lot of just completely 100% visiting fans here. The Raider fan base is I don't know. People aren't happy with this at all.
T-Sizzle, you think the Raiders are going to get a shot at Tomlin? Steelers are going to fire Mike Tomlin?
What?
I mean, I would agree. I think the second part of this is happening. Our conversation with Fitzy and E has been picking up steam back in New England, because we were talking about Vrabel and Josh McDaniels.
Fathead just said Vrabel to Brady. Vrabel could he come here?
Sure, absolutely. If Vrabel doesn't get the Patriot job, I think he would definitely look to come and be with Brady, for sure. Would you hire Dion? You have the 6th pick in the draft. So you're going to be guaranteed a chance at drafting his son to be the quarterback, because I don't think anyone's taking Shedeur Sanders in the top 10. So I'll be curious if he's at 6, you can take the quarterback and take his son at 6 and hire Deion Sanders to be the head coach. He is Vegas. I mean, you want to talk about glitz and glam and flash and splash? Deion Sanders works here in this market.
Wow.
Will you please stop quoting Nick Wright, Sully? Stop quoting Nick Wright, okay?
What is this?
Please. This is Nick Wright. This is Nick Wright's bullshit theory as to what's going to happen.
Will, that was him.
Okay,
it was him.
This is garbage. This is Nick Wright garbage. Okay, that this is what the Patriots are going to do. The Patriots are not dealing Drake May. I can promise you that.
Wow.
There would be an absolute riot, and I mean a riot in New England if Drake May gets traded. That is not happening. Okay, that is clickbait bullshit.
Holy crap!
Ain't happening. Okay, it ain't happening. That he's like, here's how this is gonna go, and I was like, Nick. I was like, I love you, dude, but like seriously, he said some really stupid things. His other dumb theory was he had an idea of if you laid a dog, if you took points with a dog. No, he took 1 to 6.
No. He said he prefaced that whole thing with not 3 or less, but if you take 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, or 6. No, or
you
5.5.
lose in overtime.
If you lose in overtime,
should refund your money. Yeah, that's brilliant. My answer was, what if I laid 3.5 and I won?
Well,
Because someone's got to win.
I was going to see if you could reach out to him, see if he wanted to come on the show to explain that again, like in our form, in our space. So I could ask him as a book guy and go, Nick, can you come in, please, and explain that position again? I'd love to have Nick on the show. Nick Wright, if you're watching, if anybody from FS1 watching, have Nick come on. You know,
some of them are about to have a lot more time on their hands.
I'm just saying.
So come on, guys.
You guys can, or you're more than welcome to come on. I'd love to ask you how you got to that theory and how you think that's a good idea for the book and the business, where the people that lost get their money back, but the people that won get paid. The gambling part of the gambling part is that people win and other people lose. You don't just give back half because it was an unfortunate loss.
Yeah, I told you, Brady's going to have a lot of influence on who's coming in. Yes, Brady's picking the football operations now for the Raiders. Tom Brady is going to pick the head coach. If it's Ben Johnson, Daniel G, you got to just reside to you're losing your offensive coordinator.
Oh.
Okay? Just deal with the reality that Ben Johnson is leaving your organization. And your DC is leaving too, by the way. You're losing both. You're losing both.
Win or lose?
Win or lose. The Lions are losing both their coordinators.
Man.
There's 5 jobs now, 6. There's 6 jobs open, okay?
Wait,
they're losing
happened?
both their OCDC.
The doctor so long this morning. Who got fired? I thought there was only 2. And now Antonio Pierce.
There's 5 jobs. The Bears
Doug
are
Peterson,
open. The Bears,
Mayo.
the Jags, the Patriots, Raiders.
That's it.
There's 2 more. Help me out, chat. There's 2 more jobs that are open.
What jobs are available right now? I thought it was just
Giants. Oh, no. Sorry. Browns. No, not the Browns. Who is? Hold on. I'm looking at top 10 picks. Oh, New Orleans. The Saints are open.
Oh, they fired the coach?
Yep. Saints are open. And who else got fired? There's somebody else. Then one other job that's open. There's 6 jobs that are open now in the NFL.
Jets. Dallas is open
Jets.
officially?
Jets. There we go. Jets. Yeah, I think the Jets are open. Giants are not open. Giants are keeping Brian Dabble, so that's not there.
Right.
Jets, Patriots, Saints, Raiders, Bears, and there's one more that we're missing. Hold on, who else are we missing? There's one more. Oh, and the Jaguars.
Oh.
So there's our 6 teams that are open. So, I mean, one of the jobs are going to be taken by Ben Johnson, and then most likely the DC as well from the Lions, and then we'll see if Dion wants to leave college. He's been pretty adamant that he does not want to leave college. He wants to stay where he is.
The way college is set up now, I don't think you need to leave.
Agreed. Yep.
You can do all those endorsements. You can make all the money. You can get new kids every year. You can treat it like a pro.
Right.
And you
get
play
pay guys
less games. There's, a higher upside. You do, especially if you're in a conference where you think you can really win. I don't know. The Raider job's a hard sell after looking at that division.
Yeah, I would agree.
We got a lot of work to do to be 500.
You got to have like a Dan Campbell type of attitude that like, you don't care who is in your division, but you're coming in and you're going to you believe in yourself. Like you really believe in yourself to take the Raider job. Because Mahomes is not going anywhere. Harbaugh is just starting. Peyton's got a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. You don't have a quarterback. You don't have
an
defense.
FU defense. The Broncos have built to be sustainable with a rookie quarterback.
Yep. They have arguably they got the best. They've got the best shutdown corner in the game in Patrick Surtain. So you've got a guy who can shut half the field off. So the Raiders don't have any of that. They have Max Crosby. Okay. So they've got a good defensive end that can rush the quarterback. But outside of that, there's not a lot going on that defense that makes you really get excited if you're the Raiders. The problem is, and you mentioned it, it's hard to sell hope with Raider fans because they know what they're playing against. Like you've seen it for so long that you've got the 2-time defending champ in your division, and the other 2 teams have made really good hires at the head coaching position. So you can't miss if you're the Raiders. Like you cannot miss with this hire. And then you can't miss with the top 10 pick either. You have to get your quarterback, and you must find the right quarterback and head coach combo. And to kind of what, being in the chat was saying about Ben Johnson not leaving. If I'm Ben Johnson, I'm not going to the Raiders. It's the uncertainty. If I'm picking, if Vrabel goes to the Patriots, I'm going to the Bears. I want Caleb Williams. Drake May and Caleb Williams.
The Bears is not that much better of a job than the Raiders. You got the Lions, you got the Packers, and you got the Vikings.
But you have a quarterback. You got a guy that you can build with. You got a guy who you can go out there and play and feel like, okay, in a couple of years, he should be able to, you got to get the difference with the NFL, I think today, and I think someone in the chat said it earlier, the fear of going one and done as a coach, to leave a job and then to get fired like Mayo. You get hired, you get one job, you get 1 year, it doesn't work and you're fired. There has to be some level of commitment to whatever coach comes in and takes over with the Raiders. Like, you're going to have to really try and say, hey, we're with you. Oh God, they're keeping Telesco. Remember when they lost the first pick in the draft because they won the last two games, and they asked Antonio Pierce, how do you feel about losing the number 1 pick? He said, I don't know. Ask Tom Telesco. Yeah. That's how I pretty much knew he was out. I was like, just like Mayo, that was a team doing the major league, screw the ownership, GM, whatever. Let's win on the way out. Let's not give them what they want, which is they want us to lose to get better picks.
It's a weird business, man. I mean, I just saw all these like post-game interviews and the Raider post-game show with Pierce. And I mean, he was such a pro. He sat there and did the interviews with JT the Brick and all this stuff. And then 2 days later, it's you know what? See ya. I don't know if you know.
The Bears ruined their quarterbacks. Whoa. Caleb's going to be a nothing by 2027. Whoa.
I don't even know if he's going to physically be able to perform the job if they don't get an offensive line.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Guys get beat up so much early in their career on those bad teams. If you don't fix it, they're done. They are out of the league.
It's fair.
So I'd go to Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, you have an established all-pro level quarterback. Absolutely.
He's healthy.
But you have a ownership group in Shad Khan that is a complete. I mean, do you want to play 2-year games a year every year in London?
Not particularly, but
you don't have a.
I want to win a division. That's all I want to do.
Fine. And that's the easiest path. I would agree with you. And if I'm Ben Johnson, that's the job I would take. I'm going to go live in Florida. I'm going to coach Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going to have the best, easiest division to contend with. I would agree with you.
Or I might be able to say to them, look, the guy, he's got to come back from that injury or whatever. Like, maybe we'll start over. We'll try to move him.
Move Trevor?
Yeah, and I'll draft a quarterback. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's a lot of times to get out of whatever you're in. You have to break the mold. You have to really make.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the Patriots' idea. I mean, for the last 5 years, the Patriots tried doing that. It's basically we're going to.
He hung on too long.
Both
Bill hung on an extra year and messed everything up a little bit. Like got him deeper in the hole.
Right. And then Kraft hung on to Belichick for a year too long too,
right?
Which is funny because Belichick never did that.
The Cam Newton year was such
a disaster. Yeah. What are we doing? Why? And they didn't spend, and they just said, okay, we're going to try to, it's been 5 years since Tom Brady was the quarterback of the Patriots. And now I think that's why they fired Mayo, because the Patriot job is more attractive now because you don't want to be the guy that replaces the GOAT. You want to be the guy that replaces the guy who replaced the GOAT.
Right.
So the bar, if the next Patriot coach comes in and wins 7 games, that's progress.
Is Bill O'Brien close with Brady?
Yeah, but Bill O'Brien is the coach of BC.
Yeah, so if he calls him and says, you want to be the coach of the Raiders, he's going to stay at BC?
It's a fascinating question. We just talked about it. Is the college life good enough to keep you away from the NFL?
I don't know.
But I think you're right. I mean, that's not crazy. I mean, and maybe they could figure out, draft Drew Aller, go ahead and convince your quarterback to come out and draft him. And build
I don't know if there's a plan where you got a guy who can say, like, look, and you can say, all right, you got 3 to 5 years. First 2 years. if you're going to be bad, be really bad so we can build up some picks. But I believe in the plan.
Fine.
You know,
I agree. In football, it's hard to do that. But in a market like Vegas, you could get away with that because the tickets are going to be bought by the other team's fans. So
without a doubt,
you don't need to sell because Raider fans, I mean, you guys, this market is so wild for football because the fans that are wearing black and silver at Allegiant on Sundays live in California. They don't live here. The fan base here in Vegas is tiny. Like there's some, but it's nothing compared to what a typical football town would look like in the NFL, where there would be gung-ho
Raider fans that live here are so hardened, they don't go to the games.
No.
They go to the bars and watch the games. They wear the stuff, and then they get aggravated halfway through the season and go, you know what? I knew it again. Like you can't fool them.
Mm-mm.
The ones that come in for the weekend and go to the games and stuff, they are from other places. And
they're diehards. They love their team, and they always love their team.
Come from Oakland.
Yeah,
like
Oakland and LA. Right.
Yeah.
And that's why when they play over with either the Rams or the Chargers, that building is blacked out and there's so many fans that are there. They make the drive over, 7-8 times a year to go to those games that you could suck. You could go 2-14 or 2-15 or 3-14 for a couple of years if you're going to draft talent that people say, okay, here's the plan. You don't need to win in Vegas because the Golden Knights, I mean, look at.
So we've been doing this show 3 years, right?
Yep.
A little over 3 years now. We just celebrated the 3-year birthday in December. The first year we did this, Derek Carr was one completion away from advancing in the playoffs. Now, I know the show has seen a lot of growth, but think about that. Like, we were hyped up. I was coaching a kid whose dad was in the front office of his team, and like, when they lost, she was in the dugout crying. Like she knew it was over.
Right.
And they were going to have to move. And then they ended up moving. But town was excited. And it is all gone.
All gone. Because there's no quarterback. Now, that's what I mean. If you hire a Deion Sanders, you can at least win the press conference. I mean, people are going to be excited. You got a guy like that coming in.
He's going to come here instead of Dallas.
He's polarizing. I don't know. Is McCarthy gone? I mean, the Bears requested a chance to talk to him. So the Bears want to talk to Mike McCarthy. I mean, it sounds like he's going to be out in Dallas and the Dallas job will be open. But where would you rather, honestly, where would you rather be? Vegas with no pressure or Dallas where you're in the fishbowl and you got to win immediately? With the Eagles in your division and the Commanders in your division.
I don't know. I just think that right now, if somebody can go into Dallas and really give them a little bit back of what they had or what they believed that they were back when they were the Cowboys, you'll own that whole freaking state. Like
100%.
But
you got to win.
You really do, but like
win, not just win, not just like win the division. You got to win. Dallas Cowboys won the division 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. They won the division 2 years ago and no one remembers that. Nobody cares because it's about winning championships and going to Super Bowls and working for Jerry Jones.
You have to win a playoff game. Like you can't, the one and done and like just making the playoffs and losing, it wears off pretty quickly. Like, hey, we made the playoffs.
Yeah.
After you miss the playoffs for a couple of years and then, okay, we make the playoffs and then you go to the playoff game and you lose by 20 and you were never in it. And they're like, all right, well, they just weren't ready. They're going to be ready next year. And then somehow you go a little bit above 500 and you make the playoffs and you lose again and you weren't really in it and didn't have a shot. And it's like, I mean, that's not you have to win a playoff game to get the pass. I don't know. I think Deion stays in college, but I think if he had his choice, I think he would go to Dallas.
There's 6 jobs that are open. If Dallas opens up, where would you put that job? Is that a good job? Is that better than Jacksonville? Is that better than New England? Is that better than the Jets? How good is the Dallas Cowboy job?
I don't know, man. If I'm looking at them, like the Raider one's really a tough sell because of the mountain you have to climb.
Right.
With the division.
Right.
The Jets is pretty damn close.
I mean, you're starting with a wild card as your ceiling if you take the Raider job. You're like, we're just trying to get to the
trying to get over
card.
500. No, we're just
That's
trying
it.
to win more games than we lose. Like the season wins need to be 9. Like if that's where we start. Whether we make the playoffs after that, I have no idea.
You put the Cowboy job on the same level as the Jets.
But I think the Jets job is a disaster.
There's
so many things that have. I mean, like Buffalo's is going nowhere.
Nowhere.
Miami is going to lurk. The Patriots are always trying to get better. Now, are they? No.
Well, they have the quarterback and they have the most cap space of anybody in football. They have $120 million to spend next year. They're going to draft the offensive lineman at number 4 that they need. They're going to sign T. Higgins. They're going to make trades for wide receivers.
Like the Patriots are going to sign T. Higgins?
Oh, yeah. That's their target. If he's not retained, the Pats can outbid anybody for T. Higgins if they really want him. But the Patriots have been relatively cheap over the last decade with free agent signings. But T. Higgins is going to be, if the Bengals, and that's why Joe Burrow said, you don't let T. Higgins walk out of this building.
Oh.
So the Bengals very much want to keep him, but they're very cheap. And T. Higgins, you're going to pay Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You're going to pay 2 guys huge money. Like, I don't know.
Chris Warren just came in a chat and said the Jets interviewed Rex Ryan today.
Yes, we knew that.
That's actually real. That's.
I told you that before.
I know. I thought that was just like media talk. Like that's
no. He wants Rex Ryan.
I know he wants the job, but so they're going to actually consider this.
I think they have to consider it. They'd be stupid not to. I would hire Rex Ryan. If I were the Jets, I would hire Rex Ryan. Again, he's the only coach in my life that has coached the Jets.
Bill Parcells coached the Jets pretty good, didn't he?
Didn't worry me. I was never worried about Parcells with the Jets, really. Not really. He went there after the Patriots, took him to the Super Bowl. He never had the same success with the Jets that he did with the Patriots. Rex Ryan is the one guy. Yes, he was a headache for Patriot fans. Absolutely. Because he wasn't afraid of Belichick. Like, he wasn't afraid at all.
Rex is now not afraid of anything.
Well, not anymore. Well, he survived.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 guys in the world that are not afraid of anything. Rex Ryan survived a foot fetish scandal, and Shannon Sharp survived having sex on live stream. Both those guys aren't afraid of anything. Like they're untouchable.
Shannon didn't even take a day off.
Yeah, if their media careers weren't ruined, if their public personas weren't destroyed by those 2 stories, they are untouchable. Like there's nothing that can happen to them that people are going to be shocked by. So Rex is untouchable, and he goes to New York. The question is, does Woody Johnson want to give Rex Ryan the keys again and know that he has a coach that is not going to care what the ownership wants?
Isn't that like the point of all of it, where you could point to somebody and say he would put Woody in a locker? Yeah. He's going
to take the thin guy and just go, boom, I'm going to put you up against a wall.
But at some point, like the most successful ones have had the ownership not not involved. Like somebody in some building office somewhere has to say, look, see what they did? That's why it worked. Stay upstairs. We'll call you when we need you. Let us coach. Let us get players. Just tell us how much money we have or how much you want to spend, and we're good. I don't know.
Another butt fumble.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
On that. Yeah. Pipe down, JC from KC. Your coach has got plenty of scandals. He's got plenty of skeletons in his closet, too. Talk about being able to survive stuff. Andy Reid survived a whole lot.
I think a
whole lot.
that made him very human after that Ring camera thing.
Belichick? Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Walk of shame?
Man,
sure.
He'd still do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He still got it.
As we know, look at his girlfriend. He's found a way.
Uh-huh.
Now he's back on the college campus.
Making like, $10 million a year.
Unbelievable.
Taking pictures with these
3
kids
years.
With suit on his tie.
Looks so wacko. Looks so my
bizarre.
God.
72.
What?
Welcome to the team, son.
Daniel G. You might want to look up the history of Andy Reid before you talk about cheeseburger.
Oh, it has nothing to do with the cheeseburger.
There's a lot more. There's a lot of history.
That family is cheeseburgers. Daniel
that
G.
family is bad. Andy Reid, great coach, horrible father, but great coach, unbelievable coach, but not a good dad by any means. will Louis Riddick be a better GM than announcer? One, I think Riddick's pretty good. I like him as an announcer personally. Better GM? We'll see if someone hires him, because he hasn't been hired, right? He just interviewed for a GM job.
Apparently so, yeah.
I don't think he actually got the actual job. So keep us informed, guys. Good stuff. Whenever you guys see breaking news like that, let us know. Back to basketball and games tonight. Celtics Denver tonight. Boston laying 5.5 or 6 on the road against Denver after losing to OKC.
Is this that like trip for the Celtics, that post like New Year's Christmas trip where it seems like every year we're doing the show, they have this
swoon?
No. The last couple years they've gone out Midwest or West.
Yeah,
and like
it's the
won all
this
the
isn't it.
games
But in the previous years, it was like Golden State, Lakers, Clippers,
exactly,
Denver, and they killed them all.
Right.
That's not happening. I mean, this trip is Minnesota. They won by 3. The Rockets, they killed them 109-86. Then they lost to the Thunder 105-92. And tonight on TNT, they'll take on the Denver Nuggets as big favorites.
Well, here, I mean, they were at the Timberwolves, they won. They were at the Rockets, they won. Lost to the Thunder. Play the Nuggets tonight. Oh, then they go home for a couple games.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 games after this. This is the last game on the road trip.
Okay. Yeah, so they don't have one of those January long ones where they come back out and they do the Clippers and the Lakers. It's a Wednesday, Thursday in January. Should go out and spend a day, do a show in LA. Little Wednesday, Thursday deal, go to see the Celtics in person.
Oh.
I have to talk to the Clipper contact. See if
I like what Tatum said too about playing on the road, because he was asked about sitting on the road and why aren't you sitting more on the road? And he was like, when I go out west, I don't play on the West Coast very much. We have a lot of fans out there on the West Coast that they're one game to see me out there.
I like that.
I want to play. I want to be out there.
That
for the fans that are there. I was like, that's really a mature thing to say. Defending champ. It's a company line. It's what the NBA wants Tatum to say. But it's good to hear. I mean, that he actually wants to go out there and do that. Yeah. A guy, Rincon, get us set up to go do. I mean, I didn't watch Raw last night, but I heard it was ridiculous for that play. I would love to go to the Clippers' new stadium and do a show from there. A guy, get us in touch.
All right.
That would be fun as hell. That building is gorgeous.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, they play the Lakers the night before. Or
Boston,
they play the Clippers the night before. Wednesday, Clippers. Thursday, Lakers.
What's the date?
Nice 2 days. 22nd and 23rd of January.
Oh, okay. Late in this month. Sure.
Another live show.
Boston is 12-5 to the under this year on the road.
Wow.
Yeah. But the number's going up, so I don't get it. I already bet the under.
Shooting lows on the road?
No, defensively. They shut you down defensively.
It's 237.5.
I bet under 236 last night. It's already up. It's up 1.5 from where I bet it.
What the hell's Chris doing at South Point? He's at 238.5.
Yeah, he's got somebody coming in betting over heavy in this game.
Wow.
Highest number on the planet right now from a total perspective is at the South Point in Vegas. So if you like the under, find a way to get to Chrissy over at South Point, because 238.5
off of the
yeah. 238.5. There's nobody on the planet that's got 238.5 but Chris.
Wow. Okay.
So on that, I like the under. Lakers are laying 7 against Dallas. Again, no Kyrie, no Luka for Dallas. But it's your mythical 7, though, here on the road. You want to lay 7 points with the Lakers at that 7-point number? It's over your threshold.
Don't even make sense. I mean, really, what is, I mean, Dallas is just beat up.
Yep. Everyone's hurt for them at the moment.
What did Dallas do the last game?
That's the early game is Lakers Dallas on TNT.
They got smoked by the Grizzlies. That's right. They were winning in the first quarter.
Yep.
And then lost.
Flipped.
Do I want to lay it with the Lakers? No, but is 7 enough? That might be a wait and play an in-game, get 10.
Right.
Not going to lose by more than 10.
At home to the Lakers on national TV. You would think not. But, yeah. Are the Rockets for real? They're 23-12.
Yes.
You think they're for real?
Yes.
You're going to lay 12.5 points on the road then? 12.5 on the road for the Rockets. I don't care. It's Washington. I know Washington's the worst team in the league, historically bad.
13.5 now.
What? I mean, that's a big number. If the Rockets are for real, they're going to go to Washington and curb stomp Washington. But this number, I was like, wait, what? What are we laying? 13.5 points, 12.5 points?
Yeah, that's a lot pregame on the road for Houston. That doesn't even make sense. I think it's an uncomfortable lay, but you can't take it.
No, can't take it, but I'm not sure you lay this.
Yeah, that's a pass. Get away from that game.
By the way, somebody in the chat, find out if Tom Telesco has any tie to Brady. I'd be curious why Tom Telesco is staying with the Raiders. I would be curious to see why are they keeping the GM but firing Antonio Pierce? Another basically one and done, by the way, because he had one full season.
I think you're making more of Brady's role than it is. I wish he had a bigger role.
Disagree with you. Tom Brady.
I think he would have cleaned house.
He's going to have a massive role with this team. I mean, that's why he took ownership. They brought him. Mark Davis is handing the keys and saying, Tom, it's your problem. Fix it.
Then
that's why he can't talk. That's why Brady's muzzled, because he can't talk. He can't say what he wants to say as a broadcaster because he's got control over a franchise.
Wow.
And now has a top 10 pick.
Wow.
Number 6. So I think Brady's going to have a massive say. And I'm seeing on Twitter, everyone's saying that Brady's going to go after Mike Vrabel. And that's why he fired Pierce, because the Patriots are about to hire Vrabel and he wants a shot at interviewing Vrabel before the Patriots can sign him. Because they're going to do Ben Johnson. The Patriots have to do the Rooney Rule. So they're going to do a bunch of interviews. So in the meantime, Brady, this is on Twitter, but Brady's going to interview Vrabel first, right away, before Vrabel has a chance to say yes to the Patriots. Vrabel here works, but doesn't work as well as, Brady would know football, obviously, and winning cures all, but I'm not sure Vrabel makes the fan base jump up and down and go like, yeah, we got our guy. It's different with the Patriots because he's from the regime, if you will.
If they win, he'll be their guy.
Correct. Yeah, but it takes time, as we just talked about.
Oh, yeah. No, he ain't winning next year.
You're not going to win right away.
No.
Mike Vrabel's not coming in and turning the team around and winning 10 games.
No.
It's not Harbaugh with the Chargers.
But he's got that, like you're talking about Rex Ryan and being the FU guy to the media and all that stuff. Like Vrabel will come in and do the same thing. He'll say what he wants, do what he wants. He won't care about the media. He don't care.
There is no media here.
Anybody's ass.
That's the beautiful thing about Vegas. There is no media. There's no media here. There's no one to worry about. There's no one that captivates 60% eyeballs and ears of the market. There is no media here. It's the easiest market in the NFL. To living here for almost 10 years now, this is the easiest market as a pro athlete. This is the best and easiest market to live in. There is no media here.
They just want you to be good.
Even then, they don't. Who like what? I love my local TV guys. What my local TV guys are going to ask you a question. What's that going to do? Nothing. Like there's nobody here that gets you any real heat as a player or coach. Nationally, you are far more likely to get roasted nationally living and playing here.
Adam does a good job of asking a lot of the right questions.
Of course, but if Adam Hill hates you and Adam Hill wants to destroy you, your life's not really going to be that big of a problem. It's the RJ. It's the local newspaper. It's not that there's no one that's going to cause your life to be a living hell.
It's really one paper, and there's really
there's no TV.
There's nothing. Right?
There's no regional sports network here. There's no big pregame show here. There's no big talk show. I love my guys at ESPN locally here in town. They're awesome, but I even think they would agree. They're UNLV. Like they have the UNLV fan base. The Raider fan base, while they do a bunch of stuff, heck, there's a station for the Raiders here. 920 is the Raiders, the entire branded station for the Raiders.
Right.
More people listen to that in California than in Vegas.
Fact.
That's the dirty little secret that nobody wants to admit, but it's the truth. They have a bigger streaming audience than they do here in town on 920. My radio show was on 920. I would know. Like that station's not very popular. It's not very big.
Should we get back on there?
On 920?
Stream us on there? Yeah.
I don't want to take breaks though.
Oh,
I don't want to take breaks.
It won't take the show. Okay, that's fine.
I don't want to take
hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
No fun. College basketball tonight. The number one team in the country is a dog on the road to Florida. The last undefeated team in college basketball, the Tennessee Volunteers. They taking an L tonight?
It's the game of the night.
Yep.
Are they taking an L tonight? Let's see.
They are 4-1 on the road, ATS, Tennessee, this year, away from home. Florida's 10-4, ATS, so is Tennessee. Florida's 4-3 at home, ATS. Second conference game for both these two teams. Florida's off of a loss to Kentucky on the road by 6 as 3.5-point dogs. Tennessee beat Arkansas by 24, laying 11.5 at home.
Can you say favorite wins doesn't cover?
Okay.
It might be that game.
Okay.
I think it might be that game. I don't know. My first thought is Florida's winning.
7-0 at home, Florida. Vols are 5-0 on the road, obviously. They're undefeated.
Right.
14 straight wins.
Give the kids a poll right now. Ooh. College basketball heads vote. -3, Florida, +3. That's the current line.
KenPom has this as a 1-point win for Tennessee.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun college basketball game. Starts at 4:00 Pacific, 7:00 Eastern. Tennessee at Florida. Wow. Another SEC's back, baby. What are they ranked? 1 and 8?
Yes.
Wow. Ian Lights Out said, "Give me the Vols."
Chicago, I think a lot of people are going to take the points.
Yeah, I'm on Florida.
I mean, it's a comfortable lay at 3.5. It's over a possession. So
Tyrone,
Vols win. It's hard defensively. Tennessee is really good. They're really good defensively tonight. So that's going to be an awesome game to watch. Auburn's laying.
How's it play to the total? I mean, it goes over.
What's the total?
Florida goes over. It's up to 151.5. Game goes over.
151.5.
Yeah.
Well, KenPom has it under. I go under. Tennessee's a massive under team. They're 9-5 to the under. They're 5-0. They're 5-0 on the road to the under. Tennessee is. It's the defense for the Vols. They're just so good defensively. Now, if it goes under, Vols win. If it goes over, Florida wins.
That looks exactly when you look at the numbers that I'm looking at right here.
There's your correlation. If you want to take a correlated parlay on it.
Okay.
Vols in the over. Florida in the over. Vols in the under.
What time's this game? Auburn and Texas. Is this after?
Same time.
Good. This is 6:00.
Okay.
Good. Auburn going to smoke Texas, no?
Probably. It's the numbers right according to KenPom, 81-71. It's a 10-point win. This is 10.5. Laying double digits on the road, though. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's like, okay.
I think Auburn smokes them.
At home, Iowa State laying 17.5 to Utah tonight. 17.5 in a conference game.
How much is must Utah be?
They're 8-5, but they've lost 3 straight games. That's the problem. They lost to Iowa, Baylor, and Texas Tech.
Same Iowa team that just gave up 114 points to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oy. That's a bad spot. I don't know. I mean, you look to take the dog when you give me 17.5.
Right.
My goodness. I mean,
right. Team total under for Utah. Maybe a decent play.
What's the total on that? 152. Yeah. And the spread is down to 16.5.
Oh, wow. A lot of money coming in. Okay, it was up.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You have to take the dog.
It's a lot of points. The other sneaky game, there's 3 of them. There's 3 really good games tonight. Kentucky's laying 2 on the road at Georgia. Only 2. Top 10 team on the road. Laying 2.
Teams stink to all high hell when they're like this. Why isn't this 6? Right?
Well, because Georgia is decent.
Are they?
Why? Yeah, they're decent. I mean, they're not great, but they're decent.
6. Hold on, Georgia. Well, Georgia's 12-2 straight up, 7-7 against the number.
Mm-hmm.
Average 80 a game. Give up.
It's not a complete walkover for Kentucky. 1-point win according to KenPom. Bless you.
Thank you. I don't know. That one stinks.
Kentucky's offense is 5th in efficiency, 26th in effective field goal percentage. They don't turn the basketball over. They're the best team in the country at not turning the basketball over. 57th in three-point shooting, 28th in two-point percentage. Offensively, Kentucky is very good, but Georgia's defense is pretty good as well. They're 28th in efficiency, 16th in effective field goal percentage, 17th in three-point defense, and 34th in two-point percentage.
Kentucky's last game was Saturday when they smoked Florida.
Yep. Strength on strength.
They're
Kentucky's
losing.
offense against Georgia's defense.
Kentucky's losing. They're supposed
Georgia's,
to win
I
that
would
game,
agree.
and the line's supposed to be 6. So either you fool me and you got me, and Kentucky wins this going away,
Right.
or Georgia wins.
I think Georgia wins.
Short number.
Yeah, I think
my side would be Georgia if I had to pick that game.
I think Georgia wins. This game's awesome. Arizona at D-Rock in West Virginia.
What time is this game?
This number was 2.5 last night, and now it's 3.5.
Man, I wish B. Howe didn't get jinxed by coming on our show. Every time he came on with West Virginia, they lost. So he's worried because they're playing really good. Like they got
Kansas at Kansas.
Yeah, like he's doing the games. He's all in.
He should be. They're good. They're 11-2.
Plus the points at home. No,
they've won 7 straight. Yeah, I took 2.5 last night, and I think I agree. Money line, West Virginia. Already seen Arizona lose on the road.
Wow. Nikki Ciramello says Wildcats need this game badly tonight. I don't know.
Badly? Well, I mean, Arizona has lost at Wisconsin. They lost to Duke at home, Oklahoma on a neutral. They already the weird thing about this game is a conference game. West Virginia beat Arizona already this year on a neutral court in a pre-conference tournament. That number was 3.5. It went to overtime, and West Virginia won the game 83-76.
Over who?
In the Bahamas. Over Arizona in the Bahamas.
They've already played
in a non-conference setting because it was booked before Arizona became part of the Big 12.
Oh, I watched that game. I watched that game. Well, that was a neutral.
It was a neutral. Yep.
West Virginia belonged in that game. Like that was a good game.
They were 6.5-point dogs in that game, and they won by 7 outright.
Oh, so now the numbers.
Now Arizona's 3.5-point favorites.
Right.
Cut in half. But it's on the road this time, not a neutral. It's in Morgantown.
Plus the points.
Yep. Agreed. Take the 3.5.
Have to take the points.
And then finally, number 24, Michigan's at number 22, UCLA. UCLA's favored. Total is 142. This is a Big Ten game, guys. Get used to that.
Oh, yeah. No, Michigan at UCLA. Storied Big Ten matchup in basketball. So
3-point win here for Michigan. Sorry, excuse me, for UCLA. According to KenPom.
So this is a lay it.
This is an under. Talking about the number 4 ranked in efficiency defensively and 18th ranked team in efficiency. 34th in effective field goal percentage defensively for UCLA. 18th for Michigan. 38th in three-point defense for UCLA. 48th for Michigan. 17th in two-point defense, Michigan. 60th for UCLA. Average possession length, 261 and 262. Bet the under 142 in this game. This is a rock fight.
Sounds like a snooze fest.
Yeah, this is a rock fight.
Wow. I think you can lay it with St. Mary's in the late game, by the way. Just watching the lines.
Interesting number. In the Florida-Tennessee game, anytime there's an undefeated team after 10 games, now listed as a dog, they're just 34% ATS. That's a negative 40% ROI and a 5-31 straight up.
Wow. Coming strong, D Stout.
Like that.
That's a play on Florida.
It's a play on Florida. Yeah. Against
Tennessee.
Not
miss the hockey, Addison. You did not.
You did not. Nope. It's coming later on. After we talk a couple different things. One, our friends at DraftKings. They are rolling out a new thing in New York. It is a subscription service that is being rolled out to provide New York sports bettors with improved odds. This happened while we were off. We didn't talk about it yesterday, so I thought let's talk about it today. What do you make of this, Dave? The decision to charge a bettor a fee to get better odds?
You know how there's like baggage fees on the airplanes
Yep.
now, and like a fee to carry a carry-on, which you did before,
Right.
but now they're going to charge you. There's these things called resort fees that they're trying to get rid of, but they're still like when you check in.
Yep.
It's an amenity that you may or may not use, but you may use the gym. You still get that paper under your door at some hotels.
Right.
They say that's all in the resort fee, sir or ma'am. This, I'm trying to figure out at what boardroom somebody stood up and said, "Hey, I got an idea. I got an idea. I know those taxes are a real MFer in New York. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to let people get better odds only in New York, where the taxes are really high. But to get the better odds, we're going to charge them a subscription fee.
$20 a month.
They won't realize it at $20 a month. That's only $240 a year. And we'll take their odds and we'll make them better, and they'll improve to a ridiculous amount if they do up to 10 or 11 items in the parlay. So for like a 2-teamer or a 3-teamer for the scam guys and all the angle shooters and everybody that are going to come at us, we're going to limit this thing to $50 max bet anyway. So the ARB guys and the sharp guys, they can't get us. But the regular guys won't even know the difference. And everybody has 18 subscriptions monthly. We'll call it the DK subscription service.
No, Sportsbook Plus. So they're calling it DK Sportsbook
Everything's plus.
Yep.
Everybody wants to do some sort of
ESPN Plus, Disney Plus. Yep.
What kind of original idea is this?
So for $20 a month, subscribers can use tokens on individual legs for a parlay that is minus 500 or less. On parlays of 2 legs, customers would see a profit increase of 10%. In addition, parlays with 11 legs would see a profit boost of 100%.
Sure.
Users would be able to apply the boost tokens within 30 minutes of signing up for this said subscription, according to DraftKings. You will get your first month for free, and all subscriptions get managed in the applications.
Plus,
you're paying, you're paying money to lose money. Like this is the first of its kind, right? Because you're going to lose parlays. Like you're losing your parlays. So you're going to pay them for the right to lose more money.
Yeah, but you could win more.
Oh, right.
You could win more. That's what they're selling you.
The idea is you only pay the juice when you lose, right? Well, this only becomes profitable if you win, which is what DK doesn't want.
Right. Yeah, you're paying the juice when you lose.
When you lose.
Paying the plus.
You're playing the plus. And if you win and win consistently, they're going to shut you off. So
to get it to where it's worthwhile, you have to go 5 deep in the parlay. The percentage things, like it's not worth it until you get to at least 5. Well, hitting 5 teamers on the regular is very hard.
Do you think that they are just coming up with shit ideas in order to have a good one some way down the line? That like, if they throw enough at the wall that like, okay, the first time around, we're going to add a surcharge. Well, that didn't work. Second time around, all right, let's try a subscription service. And when that doesn't work, like eventually they just, a blind squirrel finds a nut type of thing where they just find one thing that works. And then people were like, oh, okay, that's a good idea.
I thought about this because I tweeted it when I saw it, and I got a ton of views and responses and impressions because I'm learning how to express the sarcasm on the socials. Okay. So you have to do different things.
Sarcasm.
I was very sarcastic when I said it. Like, all right, we got every advantage in the book. We take all the bets. We get to control the prices. We get to see what everybody's betting. We get to move it when it gets too big. You know what? We don't trust those legislators up in New York. Sorry, Will. We got to figure out a way to fix the fucking tax problem. So they can't tax this. Let's see if we can get people in this and we'll let them know we're not messing around no more. Like, this wasn't a thing to, like, really increase the money. It's to increase the money without paying the taxes.
Yep.
And again, like, I understand what maybe the thinking is in that, because you guys and girls are watching the show or listening to the show wherever you are. Again, if you are, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a review on the podcast apps, all that stuff. Everybody's trying to find a way to avoid the taxes, like in their life. Like, there's a lot of people that are doing that. So businesses are doing the same thing. But one way to not pay for the plus is to go to another book and get a better price. Like, take your shot. You can formulate the parlay most likely. Are these going to be strictly unique markets that are going to make people go, oh, this, I have to do this. I don't want to be left out.
No one will feel that way. No one is running to their app to give DraftKings $20 to have odds that are going to be increased a month. I have no idea. I can't believe it's been pulled. It hasn't been pulled down. Again, I keep on saying this. If you're FanDuel and you're watching this, you're just going, you go, keep going, keep going. Like, guys, come here, watch this. Like, they're all gathered around. Like, I feel like they're all gathered around a computer screen going, like, watch what they're doing. And you, like, read this. And, like, everyone at FanDuel was like, are they trying to drive customers to us? Like, is this the idea? Like, what is going on? Why are we doing this?
It's got to be like when Belushi was on his rant in Animal House and he said the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, and the other guy goes, Germans bombed Pearl Harbor, let him go. He's on a roll. The guys at FanDuel are like, let him go. They're on a roll. This is how they're going to kick off 2025.
Yep.
They're going to charge people more.
Yeah, don't stop it. Let it go.
The books have backed themselves into the corner. We've talked about this on this show, talked about this for decades. The continuing bonuses and this and that is a continual race to the bottom, which is why we work with partners like Sport Trade and Prime and Circa, who they don't bonus you out. They give you the best prices on a consistent basis and let you bet and make sure that the software works. That should be enough.
That's the business, is it not? That's the business.
That's the business.
Unless it's like this.
And it like, will this show up on that rocket?
Cancel the subscription you don't want.
Will this pull up? Like, wait, do you know you're subscribed to the DraftKings Plus?
Oh.
Like, what else do you get?
Nothing.
What if you do one parlay a week?
Nothing. It's nothing. You get nothing. It's. I have no idea. It makes no sense. All right, tonight is the debut of TSL.
You're gonna have to explain this to me.
Okay. 24 golfers will play in a league with a combined 231 PGA Tour wins and 33 majors. Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy have come up with this, and they are the co-founders of this. This is going to be tonight on ESPN. You've got this tonight to watch the TGL.
Basketball?
It's opposite. Well, it's at 9:00 Eastern, so I guess technically. So this is founded by Rory, Tiger, and some guy named Mike McClary, who I don't know who it is. But the TGL is described as an innovative golf league in partnership with the PGA Tour, fusing advanced tech and live action in prime time. They are playing this in Florida at the SoFi Center, which is a 250,000 square foot venue that will fit close to 2,000 fans to watch these events. Okay, Mr. Bookmaker, would you take bets on this?
So, like, is this a golf simulation? Are they hitting into a screen?
Correct. Yes. And they're putting for real though. They're hitting into a screen for the first two shots, and then they're putting on a real green that moves. The green has different undulations, and it gets set up per the hole.
Okay, so it has an actual putting green.
Yep. There are your teams. Los Angeles, New York, Boston, Atlanta, the Bay,
Oh,
and Juniper.
listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but we got to stop with this club. Everybody can't be a club. Just that it is so lazy to name it the city, the sport, and then a club. The Washington Football Club, the
Yep.
Los Angeles Golf Club,
Yep.
the something soccer club.
But I mean, it's team golf. It's their answer.
I want names.
It's their answer to live.
That's fine, but come up with some ingenuity and a logo and a hat and some merch. Be the Los Angeles Tees. And then somebody be the Divots. And somebody, come on. This Utah Hockey Club, Ross Randall, is exactly what I'm talking about.
It's winter golf, okay? But it's simulated golf. The course is the players will hit from tee boxes with real grass, fairway and rough, and sand. They will hit it into a 64 by 46 foot screen powered by full swing technology. For the short game, for shots within 50 yards or less, depending on the green setup and hole location, the players will then transition from screen play to green play to hit into a custom-built complex referred to as the green zone, which will be the largest ever adaptable putting surface. 3,800 square feet of infused greens, including 3 15 by 27 foot virtual greens, each with 189 actuators and jacks that can slope the green, creating a variety of different undulations and breaks in the said green.
They're going to jack the green up and down.
Yep. Shot clock. Each player's got 40 seconds to hit their shot, or they receive
we're on the clock. Okay.
a shot clock violation.
Okay.
1 stroke penalty. Timeouts. There's 4 timeouts available. And they're using a thing called the hammer, which is if you're a golfer.
I like that.
Well, the hammer is pushing.
Hammer.
Okay, it's pushing.
Well, no,
so basically,
what else would it be?
Well, it's pressing or pushing, depending on what you call it as a golfer. So when you get up on the tee box and you're down a hole, I'm pressing. So you double it. So you're playing skins.
Drop the hammer.
You're paying for $20.
Yeah.
And then bet a skin. So you can punt on the hole if you want. So if I say to you, I'm playing the hammer, and I drive the ball down the middle of the green, the middle of the fairway, you can concede it and say, okay, it's only 1. You lose 1, not 2. Or you can play it out. If you lose 2 points. You lose 2-0 versus 1-0 on this.
All right, I'm in. I mean, I'll watch.
It's going to be different.
You asked me the question, would I take bets on this? Hell no.
So McElroy
first.
McElroy's playing. Tiger is not. So you have one of the owners who's playing. He is the head of the Boston team. So McElroy is the head of the Boston Commons.
Was there a draft?
I think they just put teams together. I don't know if there might have been a draft. I don't know. But they put Colin Morikawa is heading up LA. They're the odds-on favorite. It's Tommy Fleetwood and Colin Morikawa are the head of LA.
Each team has a PGA guy?
Oh, they're all huge names. Yeah, The teams are this. So Atlanta is Justin Thomas, Patrick Cantlay, Billy Horschel, and Lucas Glover. The Boston Common is Roy McIlroy, Hideki Matsuyama, Adam Scott, and Keegan Bradley. Oh, Tiger is playing. Sorry, I didn't think Tiger was playing. Tiger is playing. He's part of Juniper. It's Tiger, Max Homa, Tom Kim, and Kevin Kistner. LA is Colin Morikawa, Thigala, Fleetwood, and Justin Rose. New York is Schauffele, Cam Young, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Ricky Fowler. And the Bay Club is Wyndham Clark, Minwoo Lee, Shane Lowry, and Oberg from Sweden. They're all
100% I'm going to watch.
I told you, these are guys with 231 PGA Tour wins and 33 majors won for these guys who are playing this.
Would you actually bet on this?
Hell no.
No chance.
No chance. Until I watch it, until I have an idea of the rules. But this is, I mean,
Ian Lights Out is looking for places offshore to bet on this.
Bet365's got it onshore. That's where those odds came from. You got onshore books taking action.
There you go, Ian.
You've onshore.
Wow.
Bet365's got it up. This is pulled from Bet365.
Okay.
So this is not offshore. This is onshore. You could bet this right now. LA is the odds-on favorite, but I mean, Juniper is Tiger, and they're 8-1. Tiger's team is the last one. 8-1.
See Jupiter links, like use the planet Jupiter with the rings around.
Florida.
And it's something. Yeah, I mean that's perfect. That's I'm rooting for Jupiter just because they're different, not a city and a club.
Scott.
So wait,
Van
they
Pelt.
already have a deal. Daniel G said FanDuel's their betting partner. They already have a deal.
Oh,
I'm partner.
I'm not surprised. I didn't see it. Let me see if FanDuel what FanDuel's got. Yeah, I mean,
wow.
Scott Van Pelt is hosting this. Like this is like that's weird because if FanDuel's got this deal,
is it more than one? Like, is this a weekly event?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a season. They have a whole season. They're gonna play.
How many games do they play?
Week 1 is tonight, and let's see. All airs will be on ESPN or ESPN2. How many the schedule? So
So what is there? 8 teams. So they probably play
after 3 weeks of action on Tuesday nights, TGL will transition to a permanent slot on Monday nights in prime time on ESPN and ESPN2, filling the space from Monday Night Football.
Wow.
So it's going to be a while. It's going to be
Daniel G, you're hired. You're the correspondent for the BvB. You got to keep us up to date with standings and different things. I don't want to give you another job, but you're at Hard Sticks 11. Hard Sticks with an STIX. I know that. So, while in between, the Lions being off,
right,
something to do.
I'm
going to have to dive into this.
I think it's 10 weeks. I think they're playing.
Holy crap.
With this?
So they're only going to do this on Monday nights. So this is not going to compete with the PGA Tour.
No, it's up to the Masters. Then once the Masters comes, they're done. So basically, it just takes you through all of February and March, essentially. January, February, March.
I mean, they play real tournaments.
Right, but it's Monday night. You can play a tournament and you play a Monday night. You just fly in and play the next day.
Wow.
So you got a chance you can watch this.
So it's all in this place in Florida.
Indoors. Yep. It's all in this one, the SoFi Center, it's called.
Wow, that's wild. And there's going to be a live audience?
Yep. 2,000 people live. We'll be there.
Everything's changing, bro. This is something.
Oh, this is like Tron. This is Tron. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like watching something that when we were kids, you saw the movie Tron. You're like, what the hell is that? Like we never thought we would see a real sporting event with real people playing in this thing.
Kids Google that. Tron. It's a hell of a video game.
Yeah.
Pretty wild movie.
Good movie. I mean, at the time we were like, that's nuts. You would never have people playing in a simulation. Yes, we are. People are playing real sports in a simulation.
Yeah.
And you can bet on it.
Wow. Joel Onler.
Oh, you can bet hole by hole on DK.
Oh my gosh. What kind of delay is there for that?
Great question.
My God.
It's fast, right? It's fast. Shot clock.
I would think so, right?
It's fast. You don't really have a chance to do that.
Joel Onler. You just kept in here.
He's right.
More United States peeps will watch this more in 1 week than all season of F1. Hashtag facts. Joel, you got to get Addison fired up.
It's true, though. He's right. First 3 holes are up right now if you want to bet it before it starts tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, this is good. We'll need to replace football with something.
Well, because here's the problem, right?
Golf.
The problem with it is they're going to have to explain the audience a lot as to what the
hell's going on.
What are the rules, right? So the rules are going to take some time to get people to be up to speed on this as to like how this is going to go. But I will 100% watch this. There's no debating this. I'm watching this tonight. I'm going to have a third screen on it just because I think it's really neat. I mean, Golden Tee is unbelievable. Like, remember, this was supposed to happen last year, and they had to wait because it wasn't ready. The SoFi Center wasn't ready. So they pushed it back a year to get it ready. Now this thing is ready.
Is this only one of these places that...
Correct, right now. The idea is to build these things all over the country. And the idea is to have this thing be in the wintertime, go to all Arizona.
And then, like, we can go do this. This
would be here, right? They wanted to come here. They want to go to Arizona. They want to go to golf mecca
places, right?
Where January, February, it may not be able to be that, or even in like July in Vegas.
Summer. I mean, like indoor anything here in June, July, and August is great.
It's the new Top Golf. Yep, it really is. So We'll see it. I'm very curious. Scott Van Pelt's on. There are a lot of like high. Oh, Butchie's got it up too.
Wow.
See? Yep. So
okay.
it's going to be this tonight. It's going to be wild. I'd be very curious. To see. Oh, you can bet who's leading after 3 or 6 holes with the draw being an option. You got a 3-leg market.
Look at that picture of Roper on his.
Looks great. Huh?
On his avatar. I mean, that
Very
guy's
professional.
like a model. That's
Very
a professional picture.
Very
sure.
professional.
Looking
AI
good,
action.
Roper.
AI action going on that.
Yeah.
I did a lot. So that's tonight on ESPN. The TGL makes its debut on ESPN tonight. And you can see Rory's the head of Team Boston. So obviously I'm going with Team Boston tonight. So we'll see what happens with those guys. To hockey. Who should be favored to win the cup in your mind? The market is really wild for the Stanley Cup. Edmonton is currently the odds-on favorite to win the cup.
Because they got all the bets at the beginning.
Okay. Carolina 750. Florida 850.
Are up there, and I don't.
Devils 10-1. Dallas 10-1. Colorado 12-1. And then the team with the best record in hockey.
Right.
13-1. Vegas Golden Knights.
I don't know. I told you last night when we were at dinner. I think the Knights are playing the best hockey of anybody in the league. And on a consistent basis, they are so good right now. I watched a couple of games with the kids and stuff, and I haven't been yet in person, but they are the best team in hockey right now. They're not the odds-on favorite, maybe because of the path and because Edmonton got so much money early in the season. The East is jumbled up because the Rangers are so bad. From where they were one of the odds-on favorite along with Florida and Carolina.
Right.
So now New Jersey's up there. Florida and Carolina stay there. And then you see that next level. I don't know what to do with that. Like, who should be the favorite? It won't be long if Vegas continues this stretch for another 5 to 10 games. They're going to be second, third choice. I mean, they just keep stacking wins. And the point lead is up there. And I don't know. I mean, the Avalanche maybe in the West too. But the other teams in the East aren't going anywhere. Those 3 in the East, that's going to be the 3 top choices come playoff time.
I still like my pick of Dallas. So I'm sticking with the Stars.
Well, it's wild because that's one of the, nobody's saying anything about them.
Yeah, I'll still take Dallas. They're my pick. They're 10-1.
Minnesota's still a really good hockey team too.
Jets are 16-1.
Another one where Vegas, I think the perception of Vegas is better than the Jets. And maybe the Jets have that thing, like until they actually do it.
Right.
Doesn't matter how good they are. You just know they're going to.
Well, they were so hot.
They're going to be like the Maple Leafs. Like
I think people say though that they're so hot that they played so well that regression was just part of the gig with the Jets. Yeah. I mean, they led the league in goals scored and they led the league on fewest goals allowed. Like that just doesn't happen. Like they went a month that hot. Like they were going to come back down to earth. So do they reconstitute and get healthy and get going in the spring? Maybe. And maybe they're a team. But Vegas right now. They're playing really well. Good game tonight. Carolina, Tampa. Talk about the second odds plus 750. Second shortest odds to win the cup. The Hurricanes on the road, small favorites against the Lightning tonight. Who
haven't been great.
Right.
But the Lightning are coming off a dismal road trip, I believe, right? They played the last check their last 4 games. I think they were loss.
Yes, they lost 4 in a row. They lost the Canadiens.
Yeah.
And then they lost all 3 games on the road trip at the Sharks, at the Kings, at the Ducks. Yikes, that's ugly.
That's bad.
Those are bad hockey teams you're losing to. That's a bad trip. Oof.
So either that continues.
Yep.
Right? It goes one of 2 ways. They come home, the bad mojo continues. They lose 5-1 tonight to a much better hockey team. Or come home. Listen, boys, that was a bad trip out west. We went to California, smoked by 2 really crappy teams. Let's win this game tonight. First thought is to take the Lightning.
Blues at Wild. Wild laying 125 at home.
Cheap.
5.5.
Yeah, this is absurdly cheap to me. I don't know. This got to be Wild
at home.
Yeah.
The Wild at home. Let's see. 54 points for them. They are 10-8-1 at home. Blues are 11.
Net. Got to be a goalie problem. I mean, the overnight line at two places was 170 or 160. So, like,
Fleury versus Hoffer, maybe.
Okay,
let's see.
Fleury.
I'll tell you right now. The goaltenders for tonight are.
I don't have the confirmation.
Binnington and Gustafsson, number ones.
I don't get all the love
for
the Blues in the spot. I don't. I think it's Wild.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Wow.
And then finally, the Oilers, the number one pick to win the Cup still.
Yep.
Laying 150 on the road against the Bruins.
Oh, I was normally just automatically pick Edmonton because
10-5-2 on the road Oilers, 12-6-1 Bruins. Bruins have been pretty bad on the road, but at home they've been fairly good. These teams played an overtime 3-2 win in their one and only game so far this year back in December in Edmonton.
Boston home dog?
Yep. Big home dog.
I know. You think Boston tonight?
Yes.
I don't know. Under.
Bruins have lost 4 games in a row.
I like Edmonton.
Bruins are desperate. They gotta get a W here. This is a big game for them. Lost 5-4 to the Islanders at home. I bet the over. I think the over is probably the best play in the game.
I like under.
You like under?
Yeah.
Boston's been giving up goals like crazy.
Yeah.
Swayman against Skinner tonight.
Under.
Well, if the under, Bruins win. So Bruins win. If it goes under, the Bruins will win the game.
4-1, something like that.
4-1 Edmonton?
Yeah.
Whoo, baby. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. All right. We'll squeeze in Better to Book It, and we'll do favorite thing about today in bonus time. So stick around. Better to Book It starts right now. All right. 3 sports, 3 bets.
Okay.
Stick with hockey. Puck line Vegas against San Jose tonight. Even money.
Oh, man. Can we just bet them in regulation?
No, because it's too expensive even in regulation. It's too expensive. It's crazy. This is the number 2 team in hockey on the puck line for wins is Vegas. Number 3 team is their opponent.
I know. So why are you laying?
Because profitability, Vegas is nearly a 17-unit profit team to the puck line. Only 8 for their opponent.
Covering those puck lines at home with their plus money. They're minus 150
the Sharks,
favorites, and they're
the Sharks have been laying. Sharks has not been nearly as big. Backup goaltenders for both teams. I like.
Really?
I like Vegas's with the backup more than I like the San Jose Sharks with the backup.
Man, you're gonna have to sweat this.
7-3, 6-3. First 2 matchups.
Bet it. They're going to win.
It's 3.5 if you want to do team total, but it's minus 145 on a team total for Vegas. So I don't want to have a 4-1 loss, or a 4-1 win on this. Or to stick the puck line.
Auto says latest Sharks with Askarov play against them with Georgiev.
Mm-hmm.
So who we got? Georgiev?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just double check on that. Just so see if it's been confirmed. Georgiev is bad, which is so crazy because he was such a good part of the goaltenders for the Avalanche. Let's see. It is Georgiev confirmed. Samsonov is confirmed for Vegas.
And Addison, our resident hockey guy as well.
Rincon, we've been doing this show for 3 years. You just figuring that out?
Listen, Rincone's busy. He's working on getting us a placing into it. Don't bother Rincone. Leave him go.
Just figuring this out.
Let him go.
Where the play picks come from? Yes, there are some additional ones occasionally, but yes, the juice plays always.
These are always interrelated.
These are always the juice plays.
Yes.
You get 3.5. I took 2.5 last night. You can take 3.5 on West Virginia tonight.
I'd love to see it win, but it might be a little discounted, right? Neutral was 6.5. You said.
Yep.
I mean, that's a big drop off. It's bet up to 4. So it's a lot of 3.5s and 4. I think if you're going to bet West Virginia pregame, do it at 4. Try to get 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Get 4. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're live. They're very live to win the game.
Yeah, it's much like last night. Like I took Minnesota plus 5.5. They went to double overtime. They should have won the game like 15 times and they lost by 4.
Yeah, they should have.
But so like whenever you're taking a price like this at plus 2.5 or 3.5 or 4, you better believe that West Virginia can win the game outright. They may not, but they need to have a shot right there at the end to potentially win the game outright.
Yeah.
And finally, Celtics are 12-5 to the under. I'm going under 236. You can get 238.5 at certain books now.
I think I like over. I think this is a
from Boston. I think Boston slows it down. 12-5 to the under. Boston team total first half over. You want to play that?
What is it? 60?
Let's see. It always gives me overnight. Let's tell you what it is before we wrap here. I'm gonna say it's 62. It's so high because it just correlated to the total as to what. Let's see. First half team total for the Celtics is where's halves? Celtics team total
62.5.
62.5.
Yeah.
What, half a point over my stop. Like I don't like it over 62, but I think it's a decent play to play over 62 on that. I think it's okay. If you don't want to bet the under, you guys can do that. If you guys are watching live, stick around. Favorite thing about today hits you on the other side. If you're watching on the replay on Sports Grid TV or listening on Sirius XM, thank you for being here. We're back tomorrow on a Wednesday. Hope to see you all back here. For those of you guys who are live, you get bonus time.
That's a stinger.
It is.
Bonus time stinger. Yeah.
Bonus time stinger. Thanks, Uncle Dave, True Bostonian. Well, yeah. I mean, we're doing this.
I got your hats too.
We're doing the juice for 3.
Get these things out.
No, what I'm doing since July of 2020, the juice started. BvB started December of 21. Every day, the juice plays have been in Better to Book It.
Right.
Since the show began, every single day. The juice play, are those the juice plays? Yeah. That's where they come from. Favorite thing about today is
work. Let this rig cone go, please. Two
favorite
things
thing about today is what?
About today is one is that poster of me and you that they put together. Eric did that originally, and they took those pictures and put that thing with that. I mean, I got more texts today this morning. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And so this, obviously, we're doing 2 live shows for the playoff games. I mean, things are happening. The show's alive, 1, growing, 2, and like possibilities are becoming realities. If you'd have told me 5 years ago when I was sitting in a book, booking the games and wondering what I was supposed to be doing with my life, that I'd be sitting in Resorts World at the Red Tail, hanging out, would do a pregame show and then watching the games with, people who watch or listen to the show, I wouldn't have believed you.
Right.
So, it just goes to show you got to keep showing up and you got to keep working. But so that's one of my favorite thing about today. But 2, I went to the brain guy this morning, and the brain guy, Dr. J, I call him. We did a bunch of tests, and every year we're, just making sure that everything's where it's supposed to be. So I had a couple MRIs done and checking brain and reaction, done all this other stuff. And he come in and he said, listen, man, everything looks great. I got to tell you, whatever you're doing, keep doing. The numbness is out of your fingers and all the things that you were worried about in the summer. Probably a lot of stress, probably a lot of, worrying about kids going to college and, my wife ready to lose it on me and her and everybody else. So there's a lot going on. I think when I went in, and then to get the test results that you get was just awesome. I literally had a moment of gratitude in the car that brought me to tears. I'm just like, man, I'm just so happy and relieved. But the best part about today was, I had the Penn State hat on and my other Navy hoodie. He, gives me the report, and he's become a like personal friend because of the meticulous things that I follow up with him on and, ask him about his kids and everything else. He says, big game this week, huh? For Penn State. And I said, yeah, really big. And he goes, well, he's like, it's a good thing you're in good shape because, they're going to lose. And I went, what? He said, yeah. He said, how's the show going? You're going to talk about it on the show? And I said, Doc, you're going to give me all this good news and you're going to tell me Notre Dame's going to beat Penn State? He's like, Dave, you know how this, it's just the business, right? It's not personal. No. I started laughing. We had a great laugh in a moment. And I was like, I'm tweeting that out and taking a picture. So it was awesome. So yeah, we've been having a really good morning. It's been a really good, and then it come out to your text with the picture and the tweet. I'm like, holy crap, we're doing it. It's happening. Thursday, Friday, show up, hang out. I can't effing wait.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna say this now because Friday we're gonna be doing the shows, so we're gonna be crazy Thursday and Friday. So I want to make sure I don't forget this. But
yeah,
I saw a really cool video from Dana White this morning, and it reminded me of what Friday is. January 10th. They've done this research. Do you know what January 10th is?
My mom's birthday.
Oh wow. Well, I'm not trying to. This is not correlated at all, but it's known as Quitter's Day.
Oh,
it's when you make a New Year's resolution and you say, I'm going to do this year.
10 days is it?
10 days is how long it takes for the human brain to then quit on said change. One of my favorite lines is, in order to change any problem, you must first acknowledge there is a problem.
Fair.
So if you're going to acknowledge that you quit a lot, that you're someone who gives up a lot, or you fail on these types of things, if you acknowledge it today, that by Friday, you're not going to want to do what you said, whatever it might be. I'm going to walk a mile a day. I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. I'm going to call my kids more, whatever change you're trying to make in your life. Know that come Friday, math-wise, stats-wise, you will look to quit and you will look to get out. So if you acknowledge to the point where I'm not going to quit, because motivation is fleeting. Motivation is like sugar. It goes away fast. Dedication and focus on real change takes a lot of commitment. It's hard. It's not easy. But come Friday, when you've made this change, remember that Friday is the day that your brain's going to tell you to quit. And don't quit. Keep going. Whatever you're trying to do, keep going. Tomorrow's a new day. The fun thing about resolutions, new day is tomorrow. You can pick it back up again and do it again. There's no, you fail. Okay. You're trying to quit smoking, right? I'm going to quit smoking. Well, you smoked today. Who cares? Tomorrow, try to stop again. Just keep going with it. Keep that motivation, one small step in front of the other. And eventually you can turn around and go, damn, I've walked a long way. I've gone a long time. So keep that in mind for Friday. Everything about today is that memory, that reminder that, hey, come Friday, we're going to
10 days. That's it.
All it is. Sucks, right? Human brain's a bitch. It sucks. Human brain will give you 10 days and then you're like, fuck it. I'm going back to whatever I need to do.
Right, the hell with that.
Going back and I feel like shit. I'm tired. I don't like that. I'm sore. Whatever it might be. I'm going to do dry January. Nah, everyone stops drinking, like you just start drinking on the 11th or Friday night. You go out with the boys and you're like, oh, give me a beer, and you quit. So the juice, nice job. Keep it going. Keep going.
Look at that.
That's great. It's hard to do. That's tremendous. Congratulations.
That's good. That's it. By the 10th, you'll be longer than 10 days.
Yep.
So, you gotta keep going.
Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep going. One foot in front of the other, guys. Just try to keep on going. We've got a lot coming at you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. It's our last show here before we go on Thursday and on Friday from Resorts World.
So we got to do roll call tomorrow.
Okay. We'll do roll call Wednesday tomorrow.
We have to do it.
We'll do a roll call tomorrow for you guys. And if you want to come to town and get the 20% off, email us, askthebvb@gmail.com. Resorts World in your title, and I will send you a link that will get you 20% off the room rate at Resorts World if you want to come and be a part of the show live on Thursday and or Friday. We know it's last minute. We know it's hard and difficult to get to Vegas, but if you're in town or can drive into town, Arizona, Utah, California, whatever, let us know. Send us an email. Tomorrow, Roll Call Wednesday. Hope to see you all back with us as we roll through the week. Thursday and Friday, live from Resorts World, 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern time, pregame show for both national semifinals for the college football playoffs. He's Dave. I'm Matt. Back tomorrow for a Wednesday's BvB.